Hey folks, how's it going? It's Zach, and oh my god, we have access to Legion talent calculators. Holy shit. Okay, anyway, I actually recorded a video going over the first announced Legion class changes things. I ended up not uploading that and waiting for this instead. So, quick word. Here in the background, you're probably going to see some footage of me playing. You know, depends on how I am asked. But still, Legion talents have come out, and so I want to first cover the class, like, in general, and then together with the talents, because, yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. So anyway, new things about Disc. First of all, we're going to become more of an offensive healer. One of our main workings of the Disc class, I'm sure you've read about this by the way, but still, is Atonement, where Plea, which is our new flash heal, well, it's not our new flash heal actually, Plea is, I don't really know what to put it to, but yeah, Plea is your instant cast, quick, efficient heal, which I have no clue what the hell it is, like, strength-wise, but still. So your Plea, your Power Word, Shield, and Shadow Mend, which is our new flash heal, also apply Atonement to your target for 15 seconds. And Atonement is that whenever you deal spell damage, you instantly heal all targets affected by Atonement for 50% of the damage done. This is really strong, because we now heal via doing damage, as well as having, of course, a flash heal, Powered Shield, and Plea, which are our three main healing spells. So let me just quickly go over the changes to spells. We still have Shadow Word Pain, which is regular, but you gotta realize that it now heals because of Atonement, which is amazing. Then we have Powered Shield, which is a shield, and yeah, while the shield holds, spellcasting will not be delayed by damage, and no more Weakened Soul. Meaning you can Powered Shield whoever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want. But it has a 6-second cooldown now for Disc as well, so yeah, sadly. Penance is now only offensive, dealing damage, and it is passively channelable while moving. The cooldown is now 9 seconds. I do believe that's an increase. Then we have Psychic Scream, which is now a 1 minute cooldown. 1 minute cooldown. Blizzard, please! Every single time they do something to Psychic Scream, I'm just like, no. Jesus, no. God, wow. Why? Ugh. Oh my god. Jesus. So yeah, they increased the cooldown again after increasing it and then subsequently decreasing it in Legion because it was a stupid decision. I don't know, but it's now baseline. Okay, it's now baseline. No more bullshit. That's good. Then we got Mind Blast. Yes, that's right. As Disc, we get Mind Blast back. Amazing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Purify, normal thing, yeah. Then we have Shadow Mend, which we surprisingly get at level 24. This is a thing for leveling, by the way. We get Shadow Mend. You get Flash Heal at level 24. Just think about that one for a while. But yeah, it heals them. It heals an ally for quite a bunch of healing. But the ally will take 1/10 of that damage every 1 second. That is 70% of spell power, and this heal is 700% of spell power. Not really going to go over the numbers, but yeah. The ally will take minor damage every 1 second until they have taken half of that damage from all sources or leave combat. Quickly want to dedicate some time to how it works. So basically, it's a heal that puts a ticking dot on you, which deals minor damage. It's really minor damage until you take half of the heal in damage from any sources, which means the dot will tick until then that you take half of the heals in damage. This is really good for PvP because it heals for a lot, and the negative side effect of this heal is reduced the more you are taking damage. So that means the more you're tunneled, the less this spell is going to be actively hurting you, and that is pretty damn good. But yeah, it's basically Flash Heal, except it's stronger and it deals a bit of damage to you. But yeah. Then we have Revelation, which is our proc. Yes, that's right, Disc has a proc. Your Smite and Mind Blast casts have a 30% chance to reset the cooldown on Penance. This is really good. So, yeah, it's just really good. And we have our standard Shadow Fiend, and we have a new spell called Power Word Radiance, which, it's basically Holy Nova. It even has the same icon. So it's basically Holy Nova, except it applies Atonement. Now, Atonement is applied by all your heals, all your single target heals, and Power Word Radiance, so that's really good. Rapture has been redesigned. Rapture is now a healing cooldown. Hallelujah! We get a healing cooldown! How cool is that? Oh my god! So yeah, it's an actual throughput cooldown, and for the next 8 seconds, that is 8 powered shields if you're GCD capped, your powered shield has no cooldown. Now remember, powered shield no longer does the weakened soul thing, and has no cooldown now, which basically means you can just spam them powered shields out on your entire team. It's awesome. So yeah, I really like this. It's a 1.5 minute cooldown. That's good. That's shorter than pain suppression, half the time. So yeah, it's really good. Yeah, then we keep pain suppression. It's pretty good. We keep barrier 2. Both of those things, pretty normal. Our mastery is changed, and it now increases the healing transfer through Atonement, which means it makes your damage dealing abilities heal more and more. And once again, we keep all the cool stuff like Leap of Faith and stuff. And yeah, we also have all our baseline spells like Master Spell. They're not really cutting down on the spells that much. They're only cutting down on the spells that they're removing from our specs. But yeah, there's not that much stuff. There's actually one more new spell which I wanted to touch on, which is not really important, but still. It is a level 14 spell called Naru Light Shift, which is a 10-second cast. It's a priest-only spell, so for all priest specs. But yeah, Sarah teleports the caster to Netherlight Temple. Casting Light Shift while in Netherlight Temple will return the priest back to near their departure point. This is basically Deathgate, except it is a place called Netherlight Temple. I haven't actually read anything about that, but I have a feeling that's the priest class hall. So yeah, just gonna mention that there, okay? Anyway, now let's go over to talents. So that's probably the end of the amazing arena footage that I have gathered, but yeah. Look at the talents! They're all new! Oh my god! Jesus! There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... That's all. There's only 10 actually. 10 talents from the original ones in the total talents. Like, oh my god, everything's new. They have completely redone the thing. 11. Whoa. Wow. Oh my god, so much work into this. That's amazing. Anyway, let's go over these. So the first tier, I'm also going to be making my choices, by the way, for PvP. Right here for what I predict will be the build. We'll see if it changes, but yeah. First talent, the Penitent. Penance may be cast on a friendly target, basically becoming normal penance. We have Castigation. Penance fires 1 additional bolt of holy light over its duration. If we get the double Hadoken, I am so up for this shit. If Penance is now this double explosion of amazing, yes, the fuck, please. Jesus, yes. It just basically doubles the healing, I guess. But, yeah, once again, Atonement, okay? Then we have Schism, which is the final bolt of Penance creates an explosion of shadow energy around a target, dealing X damage to all enemies within 10 yards. Once again, equals more healing. When you're doing some huge ad fight, and Schism, is allowed to happen, that'll be a lot of healing, because there's a lot of ads, meaning a lot of damage, and, yeah. Overall, for PvP, the Penitent is my choice. Castigation, in my opinion, will not be very good in PvP, but it will be amazing in PvE. For PvP, not for the reason that it's not good, but for the reason that I don't know how the second bolt will work. If it's a second bolt on the single target, I'm up for it. But if it's like a second bolt to a random enemy, it can break CC unwantedly, and that is not good. Well, statistically, it does heal the same amount as if you use the Penitent, except it heals it on everyone you have atoned. So it is really good, because you need to realize that Atonement transfers 50% of damage. If Penance does 2 bolts, it means it's basically doing 1 whole penance of healing. But on absolutely everyone with Atonement, it doesn't diminish, which means if I have Atonement on the entire team, on 3 people, that's like the Penitent, but on my entire team at the same time. So yeah, the Penitent or Castigation, because Castigation might break CC. That's why I'm considering not taking it, but otherwise it's godly. It's really, really good. Atonement is just a beautiful mechanic, how they brought it back. I really, really like it. But yeah, the Penitent for the win. Next tier is Movement Speed Talents plus Masochism. We know Body and Soul, we know Angelic Feather, and we have a new talent, Masochism. When you cast Shadow Mantle on yourself, it deals no damage. So remember how Shadow Man dealt this little fraction of damage to you? Now doesn't, if you cast it on yourself. In my opinion, the toss-up here is going to be Angelic Feather and Masochism, depending on the team comp. In my opinion, Masochism will be picked against, like, not really bursty teams, more against the rot comps. Because with the comps rotting you, you don't want another dot on yourself. Yeah, overall, I'm going to pick Masochism right now just because it's cool, but Angelic Feather is definitely the option. But yeah, next up, CC, level 45. Shining Force. 60-second cooldown. Creates a burst of light around a friendly target, which is in a 40-yard range, by the way, knocking away nearby enemies and slowing their movement speed by 70% for 3 seconds. Typhoon plus extra kick. On a minute cooldown. I don't really see why this was necessary, but it's cool, I guess. It's basically Typhoon, but like beautiful, I guess. Yeah. Next up, Psychic Voice. Reduces the cooldown of your Psychic Scream ability by 30 seconds. How about you just give us Psychic Scream with a 30-second cooldown? I don't like... I mean, of course I'm picking this, because the next one's Dominate Mind, and that's stupid. So, we're just getting normal Psychic Scream. Again, I don't know why. It's not necessary in the slightest. We're basically forced to talent Psychic Scream to become the Psychic Scream we know. You've done the same thing in freaking WoD. You did it. You put it on a talent tree, and now you're like, Psychic Scream baseline, but you need a talent so that it's actually the thing that you talented. So yeah, fuck you. Yeah, that's no, just no. Can we just have normal Psychic Scream and have something interesting in that tier? Shining Force is kind of boring, although I mean, look at the icon. It's basically Blinding Light. And Dominate Mind, really? But the Dominate Mind doesn't seem to have a cast time on the tooltip. It just says 30-second cast bracket channeled. So maybe it's instant now, and I don't know. Anyway, next tier, Mana Regeneration tier. Powered Solace, we know that. Mindbender, we know that. They're all the same. And next up, new talent, Shield Discipline. Whenever your powered shield is completely absorbed, you are instantly refunded 1% of your maximum mana. Once again, this is going to be a highly mathematical tier. Literally. It's just, Mindbender lasts 20 seconds, we get a rough 1% mana. Oh god, I don't even want to do the math. Like, this is literally just a math tier. Like, what gives me more mana? Shield Discipline, pretty much always your shields are going to be getting down. So that means that each of your shields, if we bring this up, powered shield is 3.5% base mana. So, yeah, Shield Discipline will basically reduce the cost to 2.5, which is the cost of Penance. There we go. So, I mean, I don't know. Mindbender for me for now. We'll have to see, the math. Just exactly what is best, but still. Anyway, 75. Once again, only one new talent. We have Power Infusion and Twist of Fate, which are all normal. And we have Contrition, which I'm going to dictionary that word, by the way. Which is your atonement duration is increased by 5 seconds, which means atonement now lasts 20 seconds. When do I see this useful? In PvP. In PvE, it's just generally useful because you have to apply atonement less and you can do more deeps. In PvP, I see this mostly against rot comps along with Twist of Faith because against rot comps, you want to try and get as much pumped through that atonement as possible. And you want to refresh it as little as is possible. So yeah, it really depends on the situation, but in PvP I actually think we're going to see a lot of focus healing by Disc, which means Atonement will not drop off. So for now, I'm going with Thirst of Fate or Power Infusion. Don't really care. Next tier. The boring ones. Halo is instant now, though. That is nice. Once again, we have Divine Star, we have Halo, and then we have Clarity of Will. We no longer have the... What the hell is it even called? I don't know. From Darkness Comes Light was the mock name. And then we have the... We no longer have Surge of Light. That is the name of it. So Divine Star is going to be pretty useful. Pretty useless, sorry. No. I'm probably going to be rocking with Halo, personally. Clarity of Will is too long of a cast to pull off in PvP. I've been playing TPC lately, and I see those fucking druids casting healing touches, and I just casually cast off a greater heal. And now I'm here, sat talking about how Clarity of Will is a useless spell because it's cast for so long. Yeah, it also has a high mana cost, and I mean, not really. Like, Clarity of Will is maybe gonna be used in some weird situation, but overall, no. Like, I don't like Clarity of Will personally. Divine Star, once again, I said it doesn't heal for enough, in my opinion. We'll have to see. Maybe they buffed the numbers. I really don't know what the fuck spell power coefficient Divine Star has right now. But yeah, Halo looks like a pretty nice other burst heal. And it also got, like, removed the part where it heals the most at 30 yards and heals little at 10 yards. And so yeah, it now just is a flat heal. So yeah, Halo for me right now, it's also instant again. Yay! And now... the level 100 talents, the new ones: Purge the Wicked, Grace, Shadow Covenant. This is so cool. What the hell? Who came up with these names? They're so cool. Anyway, Purge the Wicked, 10-second cooldown, 2% of base mana, cleanses the target with fire, causing fire damage and additional fire damage over, probably missing time, until cancelled. Spreads to an additional nearby enemy when you cast Penance on the target. I have no fucking clue what the hell this means, because the tooltip is so jarbled. It's like old school Eden Eternal freaking things from... Oh my god, there's like... when we're translated from Japanese, but this is just... basically how I see it right now. You slap something on someone, a dot that deals a lot of fire damage, and then when you penance someone, it spreads to them. And I'm guessing it says it lasts until cancelled, which, in my opinion, it's like a holy fire, and then it spreads to people when you penance. Don't know how long it will last. It says until cancelled, so probably a bug. I'm guessing to 10 seconds. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of atonement healing. Grace increases your non-atonement healing and absorption by 30% on targets with atonement. What does this mean? Good PvP talent, because when we have atonement on everyone on our entire team and we need to spot heal, that spot healing will be increased by 30%. That is damn good. Next, Shadow Covenant. Instant, no cooldown, 8% of base mana. Draw on the power of Shadow to heal up to 5 injured allies within 30 yards of the target for a lot, but leaving a shell on them that absorbs a bunch of healing they receive. Rage talent, because we're currently missing AoE healing, because we have Holy Nova, and that's it. And Atonement. So, yeah. This is kind of the answer to no longer having Prayer of Healing as disc. I see that as a rage talent. What the fuck? I can't even speak. Raid talent anymore. Like, yeah. So yeah, raid talent, in my opinion, Purge the Wicked and Grace is going to be the toss-up here. Depending on what Purge the Wicked actually does. Like, once I find out what Purge the Wicked actually does, I'm just going to, like, drop a description change or a comment actually notifying of what Purge the Wicked does and what I think about it. But so far, it just looks like a bunch of atonement healing, which, I mean, is decent, definitely. But I'm leaning towards Grace because, as I said, that is going to be really good for spot healing. And yeah, I like it. So overall, this is my predicted build. Let me change this. This is my predicted build for PvP. If this thing goes live like this, I'm just going to be like, told you. But yeah, this is probably going to get changed. That's just a disclaimer. This is really early beta. This is a really early beta. Also, they're removing glyphs. So yeah, they're only leaving minor glyphs in. which, like, by the way, I don't even know why they left them here. There we go. Those are my minor glyphs right now. Don't know why they're leaving borrowed time there, because borrowed time is no longer a thing according to this thing. But yeah, I'm going to make another video detailing the shadow talents, and then I'm going to make yet another describing the rogue. Because, yeah, I'm just that kind of guy. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you back in the next one. I hope you all enjoyed. Heck out.